Welcome back to Love and Junk. I'm Laura.
I'm John.
Today we have an exciting episode. How much British English have we learned from having a channel? Well, we've learned a lot of food words, a lot of food terms. I don't know if everything on the list is going to be something that you taught us, but I have a feeling a lot of them are.
Yeah.
We started off a long time ago, a couple years ago, I should say, and we just knew that we wanted to do a food channel. We didn't really know what that looked like, and I don't know if we still know what that exactly is going to evolve into, but
Right.
you know, international food was something that we have a passion for, an interest in, I would say.
Yeah, and we decided to go with Snack Crate, and the very first Snack Crate that we had was a box with UK snacks.
That's right. Now, that video is super cringy. Everybody thinks I'm in a bad mood. I don't know what they said about you, but just trust us if you ever go back and watch. It was not the food. It was not anything other than complete nerves.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it a lot, and a lot of our videos in the beginning in particular, or from last week, are super cringy. So if you go back and watch, just know that we've evolved since then. But anyway, over time, we started getting comments when we would do snacks from the UK, using words that we had no idea what they meant, or maybe we thought we knew what
Right.
they meant. And, you know, we'll get into that in a little bit. We didn't know what things that you were saying at times. So
But now it's time to test our knowledge.
see if we've learned anything in 2+ years on YouTube. I think we've learned a little bit. I don't know. So we're going to quiz each other. We have 20 food terms and the difference between American English and British English. Who's right? Who's wrong? We both are. It's just differences, right?
Yeah.
Let's jump into it. All right, so how we're going to play this is we each have a list of 10 words. We're each going to say what we call it, and then does the other one know what maybe you call it in the UK?
Yeah.
Before we get in too deep into this, we want to ask you to subscribe to our channel. Right now, make sure you hit that little bell too. You can be notified when our new videos go up. We put up a video every single day. And don't forget to go down below and hit the like button. It helps push our channel out to new viewers, and it really does help our channel. We appreciate you all doing that.
We sure do.
Anyway, all right.
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first. All right,
Yes.
lay it on me. I think we're starting off easy, right? And then
Sure.
we'd love to know, too, if you can go to the comments. First of all, if you're watching from the UK, if there's, because we just look this stuff on the internet. So if there's any differences, any changes, any edits you would make, let us know in the comments.
Or other words that you can think of.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing a part 2. And then if you are watching this from someplace other than the UK or the States and you speak English, which side you land on. You know, if you're like, if you're in Canada, do you tend to say things more like we do or they do in the UK, or is it a mix? Or,
Right.
you know, wherever you're watching, Australia, wherever you're watching from,
Let us
we would
know.
love to know. Yeah, so curious about that. All right.
So I'm up first, and this one is an easy one.
Okay.
So, as Americans, we say chips. And for that, we mean a bag of potato
Crisps. Yeah.
Ah, you know the word.
That one
Yeah.
I know for
Oh.
sure. In fact, we're going to talk about this and see how much we've adopted.
Yeah.
You know, what you may say there. Crisps is one of them.
Yeah, it's funny. We say that a lot now, don't we?
More often than I don't think I ever said it ever in my life prior to trying to do YouTube videos with with chips or crisps in them. And we tried to at first say, okay, if we're making a video about snacks from the UK, we're going to try to say crisp exclusively to honor. Now we just kind of go back and forth, whatever falls out of our mouth. Same thing with, so crisp, chip, we use them both in our house.
Yeah, we sure do. The most difficult part about it is crisps.
That's hard to say for me.
Yeah, too many S's and P's in between.
Somebody said in another video that I watched a long time ago when they were talking about saying the word crisp that Americans sometimes then will say crips.
Crips, yeah.
And leave out that first. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
What do you got?
So my first word is what we call French fries, or more commonly shortened, because we're all about the shorten, even okay, we have to shorten to K. Fries.
Yeah.
What do they call fries?
Chips.
That is correct.
Yeah, chips.
But even here, if you go to a pub and you order a battered piece of fish, it definitely comes with chips. Even here,
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, when you go, you look at the menu, it says fish and chips.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So who's right? I don't know. But we definitely say fries.
Yeah, we do. And which, preparing for this video made me think, like, why do we call it French fries? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And so I looked, and on National Geographic, on their website, they do have an article about that. And it basically says during World War I, while American troops were over in Belgium, because southern Belgium speaks French, the people there started like feeding some of our troops, and some of what they were feeding us were fried potatoes. And because they spoke French and it was fried, the troops just called it French fries.
Isn't that funny? Food is an international language. Like, you may not speak a lick of Spanish, but you know how to order a beer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's one of those things. Like, everybody knows how to ask where the bathroom is in other languages, and a couple of food words. I feel like that's something that unifies us. Okay, Next.
So in the States, what we call pasta, spaghetti pasta specifically, with like a Bolognese sauce on it, we just call it spaghetti. But over there, what do you think they call it?
Spaghetti bolognese, like you just
Yeah,
said.
well, I just said it.
Or they shorten it. They do shorten some things too.
Yeah.
To spag bol, somebody has said.
Yeah.
I have seen that in our comments before, and I had no idea what that meant. However, I heard it said in a TV show, and I thought it was BOWL, like a bowl of spaghetti, which I guess it kind of means the same thing. The way I heard it and the way it was pronounced means I was picturing spaghetti, but it's BOL.
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, technically we know that spaghetti is the type of pasta.
Right, and
but we call that dish just spaghetti generally.
Yeah. And bolognese is the sauce, is how we think of it.
Yeah.
All right. But if you go into I would say an upscale Italian restaurant, it's definitely called bolognese.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we've talked about this on our channel. This might be a little tricksy. Maybe.
You're trying to throw me for a loop here.
Maybe. We say ham. Do you know what they say? I had never heard this before. I mean, maybe if one of you said it in our comments, I had no idea what you were talking about.
Ham? I have no idea.
It's gammon.
Gammon?
Yeah.
Never heard of that word.
Never heard of it. Nope.
Backgammon.
No.
No.
So that's a new one for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, my next word is molasses.
I know this one. Treacle. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I think you pronounce it. If you pronounce it differently,
let us know.
Try to let us know. It's hard to figure that stuff out, typing it out.
Yeah, that's really difficult. But
you guys have done a pretty good job in the comments so far.
But I feel like there's different kinds of treacle too. Like, I don't know if they've said like a light treacle, or I feel like there's different ones.
Me too.
But so maybe, and I think it has to do with whether or not it contains molasses, or how much of it is contained. I don't know exactly what it is, but.
And I think like a light treacle would be what we consider like syrup, like what we put on pancakes and stuff.
I see. But does it have maple in it? See, still so much we need to learn.
No idea.
I definitely need to know how to order maple syrup or maple anything before we go and visit.
Well, there might not be maple stuff there.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of world?
Oh my gosh, then I'll have to pack some.
Yeah.
Okay, you know this one. We say shrimp.
They say prawn.
You know, some true confessions might fall out every once in a while. We try to be poised-ish when we're doing a video.
Fancy.
But I do remember one, not fancy, but just pretend like we know what we're talking about. I remember not our very first snack crate, I don't think. But one of our first British videos that we did, and we had prawn cocktail chips. I did not know. I was like, oh, it looks like a shrimp cocktail. There was a picture of it on the package.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks just like our shrimp cocktail. And, you know, I don't know what exactly I said. I'm sure it was completely embarrassing. I understand. I mean, I've heard the word prawn before. I don't know.
You know, I kind of just pictured, like, I've heard the term prawns, and I knew that, like, shrimp was called prawn, or they were the same thing. But I thought, kind of, like, the way I pictured it was that prawns were, like, the large ones.
I did, too.
Like,
I was just going to say that I always thought a shrimp was, like, the little, like, salad shrimp kind, and, like, a tiger shrimp, what we would say a tiger shrimp, like the big guys, would be a prawn.
Right.
And part of the reason I thought that is if you go to, again, a nice restaurant and you have, you know, surf and turf, it may or may not say shrimp or prawns, I don't know, but a lot of times the way they describe it, you know, and 3 succulent prawns, you know, in hollandaise or whatever, oh, that sounds good. Whatever it says, it always said to me like that they were bigger, and then I always thought shrimp just meant a little, you know,
little tiny
version of that. Anyway, we know what it is now. I'm sure everybody's laughing, and I hope. Or clicking off the video, whichever.
So, my next word is beets. And not like, you know, it's a food word, right? Not like...
Yeah. The only way I know this... Yeah. The only way I know this is from, I think... we've definitely seen it in our comments, but I think I originally learned it from playing a video game.
Oh. Okay.
I feel like there's definitely a food game that we love to play called Overcooked, and there are beets in... Aren't there beets in that game? There's some video game that we've played that mentioned beetroot, and that was kind of the first time I heard of it. Maybe it's like a Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing kind of... Anyway, some kind of game I heard it mentioned. But to me, I always thought beetroot was the tops, and beet was the actual vegetable.
I see.
Now I know.
Yeah. We do play that game Overcooked, and I think that it is created in the UK or somewhere like that. For sure. Because a lot of the words, you know, are prawn. Some of the dishes that they have and some of the content would be like the breakfast specifically has like beans and stuff like that.
Sausage.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it is developed there. So if you want to check that out, we do have our game channel. You can see us play. Yeah, we love that game. But I think we were looking something up for that game and I saw it in the comments, or a different game like that. Anyway, beetroot. Yep, that I know. Now I got it. Okay. My next word is cotton candy. Oh, and that sounds good. I love cotton candy. You know this one. Yeah, candy floss, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? Cotton candy is such a cute, fun thing, one of my kind of foods more than John's, of course. I think they're both so cute. I can't pick a favorite. I think cotton candy sounds really cute, and so does candy floss. I think they're both really cute. But I had no idea what people were talking about when they first started saying candy floss. Not at all. In my mind, I was thinking spun sugar, which...
Yeah.
Similar-ish, I guess, but...
The only time I think the first time that I might have heard something like that is there was a product that was made from pork, and it was like a pork floss, kind of. It was like candy floss or candy, cotton candy, but it was like meat. And it was like, and then next time I heard like somebody say candy floss, I was like, oh, I get it. All right. Next one I have is Americans say cilantro. And cilantro is like an herb, which we say herb and we don't say herb.
Yeah, oh, that's another thing. But somebody asked why that is. I don't know why. And I don't know if they meant why. They said, why do you say herb and we say, and not herb like us? And I don't know why, and I don't know if you meant us in particular. Americans, more of them than not say herb.
All right.
And I don't know why. What's the question? Cilantro.
Yeah.
So again, true confessions. Do you have any true confessions about this?
I don't know.
Okay. I've definitely heard of coriander. We both love to, which is the word, we both love to cook. I always thought that coriander was the dried version of cilantro, and that is how we buy it here.
Yeah, I mean, we can get fresh cilantro, and then the dried spice that we can get.
But the dried spice is always coriander.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that thing, whether it's dry, that spice, whether it's fresh or dried, is always called coriander. Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, you tell me if that's wrong.
I didn't know that they were the same thing. Yeah,
I did know. I did know they were the same thing, but I just thought one was dried, no matter what country you're in, and the other, cilantro was fresh and coriander was the dried version. No matter what, so. Anyway, all right, my next word is eggplant.
Oh, I know this one.
Which, here, you know what? We are proud to be Americans, but the British version of this word is so much better. Eggplant, I don't understand it. I love the British word for eggplant.
Like aubergine?
I love that word.
I never would have put two and two together on that.
But eggplant? What does that mean?
Yeah, I know. It just, I don't know.
I think it looks like an egg as it starts to grow and then it elongates or whatever. But
assuming, that it looks like that, and that's what they called it, but who knows?
I don't know either. Interesting. Aubergine just sounds like a nice...
That's a big word, though.
Yeah.
But eggplant, you're saying two different words.
I guess. Except for, I don't know. I like the name aubergine.
All right.
Okay, next.
Next.
John has strategically placed his list of words out of my line of sight. It's on the table, and you might see me look towards it, but I can't see. I can barely see my own right in front of me.
Next one, we say frosting.
We gotta talk about this.
All right.
Because they say icing.
Let's talk about that.
But don't come for me. This is just a friendly conversation, right? I think we're both right and we're both wrong. They're two different things.
Here they're two different things,
right.
But I don't know if they are there.
Yeah, let us know if they are there. So here, and here's the other thing. Some Americans only say frosting for everything.
Yeah, for
anything that goes on a cake or a cookie or whatever, it's frosting.
Right.
And in my way of thinking, frosting is thicker, fluffier, what you put on a cake.
Yeah, like a buttercream.
Yeah. And icing is a glaze that you might see on like a bundt cake.
Yeah,
right?
With, here's another one. We say powdered sugar and they say like icing sugar or something like that.
I don't know.
So,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. But yeah, for us, icing would be using powdered sugar with like milk and stuff like that to make like a glaze or, yeah.
So to me, they're two different things, but let us know if everything is anything you would put on that kind of thing? Is it always icing, or do you use both?
Yeah.
You know, what do you put on a cake? That's what I want to know. Is it frosting, or is it icing, or is it something else?
Yeah.
Or maybe some people just call it what it is. Some people say buttercream.
Right. Yeah.
You know, as a generic term for something. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Is it me?
It's you.
All right. Cornstarch is what we say.
Cornstarch?
We haven't talked about this one a lot.
I have no idea what that would be.
I have heard this mentioned by a British chef. So maybe Gordon, maybe Jamie, my peeps, maybe Nigella. I don't know. Anyways, I always heard them say corn flour.
Oh.
And I took that to mean flour.
Yes.
Like flour that you bake with.
Uh-huh.
But when I looked it up, it's spelled flower like a flower with petals.
Really?
Corn flour, like that. Yeah, interesting. I don't know
I had no idea.
I don't know the origins of that, but interesting, huh?
Yeah, that is interesting. I had no idea.
But if you're watching a cooking show and you hear somebody say corn flour,
Yeah.
wouldn't you think the
yes.
other way?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, next.
Okay, next is an easy one. We say candy.
You don't jinx me.
Candy.
Oh, sweets.
Right.
They're both, well, no. We mean different things by them. I was going to say they're both a generic term for all of those things. In America, we say candy as a generic term for, like an umbrella term for chocolates, sweets, gummies. You know, gum could be thrown in there. The candy aisle has all of those kind of things.
All that stuff.
And I think sweets is everything other than chocolate in the UK.
Right, because you have chocolate.
Chocolate is chocolate.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, so sweets does not include chocolate. I don't think. I don't know. Again, correct us if we're wrong. These are just things we heard on the internet.
That's right.
Heard at the swap meet, as they like to say. All right. Along those same lines, we say candy bar. This probably, after just talking about candy and sweets, this probably rubs some people the wrong way. Sorry if it does. We're just talking.
Candy bar, huh? I'd say chocolate bar?
Right. Because thinking about that, if it doesn't make sense in some ways, we don't take jellies or gummies and put them together in a bar. It's always chocolate that we mean.
Right.
So I don't know why we say candy bar.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Yours makes more sense for sure. And yet I say candy bar.
Well, because that's how we speak.
Ordinarily, though, to be truthful, if we go to the store and John's been good, I'll be like, you know, do you want to get something? And I might say, do you want something chocolate? Or I don't know if we even say really candy bars. Like, do you want a chocolate?
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we would say, like, I'm going to grab a candy bar or
Right.
something like that. But
Right.
if you're, you know, it just depends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Next is another one that you should get right away. We say cookie.
Oh, they say biscuit.
Yes.
This is a whole, like, you can fall into the weird easily with, like, it's kind of like the crisp and chip thing. Like, we say cookie, you say biscuit. We also say biscuit, but that means something else.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's a whole thing. I like cookie. I think it's cute. I think it's a cute little word.
I like cookie too, especially because it would get confusing around here if we did start talking about biscuits, because we have biscuits which are something else. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I like both words, but as easy as it is for me to slip into crisp, I don't think I'm going to ever slip into biscuit for cookies.
Right.
Unless we're just trying cookies, but out in the world, I would never say we need to pick up biscuits.
Right. Yeah.
Because that would signal to John something completely different. Right?
Yeah, I'd be thinking about breakfast.
Right. Okay, here's another one. We say cracker.
Yeah.
What do they say? I wasn't sure about this one. I had to look it up.
Well, I know over there a cracker is like a party favor around Christmas. You pull it apart and it makes a
Right,
loud
but I
noise.
mean food.
I don't know. As much as we've had stuff like that.
I feel like I've asked this question before on our channel, and I feel like somebody's answered it, but it's been so long ago that I didn't remember until we were getting ready for this video. They say water biscuit.
Water biscuit.
Which actually, when we go to Aldi, they have crackers that say water biscuits. And do you know, I always thought that just meant fancy.
Yeah.
Like
that's what it means.
They're always like the nicer ones with little specks and spots in them and bits and bobbles. They're not, like Ritz, let's say, is a brand. Or like, do you say saltine water biscuit?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Or do you just say saltines if you're talking about a particular type?
Or do you have what we call saltines?
Yeah.
Just a white square cracker. It's pretty basic.
Loaded with salt? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Or maybe you default to the brand name, like Ritz is Ritz crackers,
right.
or, whatever.
Who knows?
So curious about that one. Okay, next.
Arugula. We say arugula.
Another one that I did not know until just the other day. I don't think this has come up on our channel, but I loved it so much I had to throw it in here. In the UK, they say rocket.
I don't get that.
I don't either, but I'm switching. I'm switching right now. I'm not saying arugula again. I'm saying rocket. I love that.
Rocket raccoon.
I don't know. Okay, it has to do with, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's an Italian ingredient, and it has to do with Northern Italy called it one word, and Southern Italy called it another word, and we say what one does and like maybe what Northern Italy calls it, and the British took another longer word and shortened it to rocket. Has something to do with that, the origins being in Italy. And
wow.
Something along those lines. Tell me I'm wrong if you want to. I think it has something to do with that.
Isn't it funny how things develop like that?
It is, but I'm saying rocket. Mark my words from here on out. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, next. We say, gelatin. But what I mean by that, because gelatin is kind of a thickener, an ingredient, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the next word I have, what I mean is gelatin. I'm going to say the brand word, but gelatin, which is also a thickener, but I don't mean that. I don't mean the generic term of gelatin. I mean a gelatin dessert, or what we say in our country is Jell-O.
Yeah, and we typically say Jell-O, even though that's a brand name. We use it for everything that's like that. It's the same,
like, we'll get into household items maybe in a different video, but we say Kleenex instead of tissue most of the time. It's kind of like that, a gelatin dessert, the colorful, wiggly desserts, Jell-O brand mostly, but that's what we say here. They say
jelly. Right? Just jelly? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. So, and then in our country, well, I don't know what your last word is. Oh, it might be.
My last word is jelly.
Yeah, they kind of knit together. Okay, so what we call jelly, meaning spread, on your toast jelly.
Yeah, a preservative that you...
Yeah, they say jam, right?
Yeah, jam. Which we have jam here too.
And we say preservative, and we say marmalade.
Yeah.
And they all mean fruit preserves. I think it just has to do with how much real fruit, whole fruit, the texture of it, like how chunky it is, might be one or the other. I think jelly's the most ground up, right?
Yeah, it's
I
like
think.
smooth and doesn't have any of the zest in it.
Right.
Whereas we do have jam here as well, but that has more of like the zest or bits and bobbles of the
more big
fruit
pieces
in
of
there.
cherries or blueberries
Yeah,
or whatever it
right.
is. So yeah, we have both. The last word, that was your last word, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The last word I have is we say biscuit.
Mm-hmm. And they say scone.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we have scones here too.
Yeah.
But this is so confusing. So like scones typically are sweet here.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
not
And
exclusively.
Not necessarily savory. Yeah. They're a lot of times they have scones available like at a coffee shop.
Yeah, and a lot of times they have nuts, fruits,
Yeah. Different
things
in
in
it.
them. Sometimes they're glazed or sweetened or whatever.
But it is a baked good.
And I think most people put jelly or jam or whatever on them, right? And make them even sweeter still. A lot of people do. In our country.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people also just, take it and dunk it in their coffee and
They
eat it
do
like
that too. Well, because there's different kinds. There's kinds that are baked to be more like a biscuit, where they're flakier and
Right.
doughier, and then some are baked hard,
Yeah,
meant
harder.
for
Dipping.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings me back, let's circle back to what I said about our biscuits. So typically, if you get a biscuit here, it's maybe, you can get a biscuit as big as your head in some places, but typically it's round, and it's, I don't know.
Probably 3-4 inches.
Yeah, and we do
Across.
eat those with jelly. They tend to be a morning, like a breakfast
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Butter, jelly, yeah.
Yeah, but also biscuits and gravy. And I think there's some confusion with biscuits and gravy, so let's clear that up a little bit. When you say gravy, like what we have, meaning in the UK, we have gravy too.
Right.
In fact, that's, one of our favorite words. And then the gravy that goes with biscuits and gravy is pretty exclusive to biscuits and gravy.
Right.
Sometimes you see that kind of gravy over hash browns or something. It's part of a breakfast, that kind of gravy. But if you come to our house for roast or Sunday dinner, we're definitely going to be serving the kind of gravy that you're thinking.
Yeah, the gravy that we have with biscuits and gravy, that gravy is made with sausage meat, is what you would call it. We just call it sausage here, but...
Yeah, and dairy.
Yeah, so basically sausage, cook that down, add a little flour, add, milk to it, or cream. And then let that cook and thicken up and, just add a bunch of pepper and a little salt, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
And the biscuits they're light and they're fluffy. They are not cookies. They're not biscuits like you have. They're just basically a savory baked good.
We've made biscuits and gravy on our channel. I'll pop it in if you're interested. But no worries. If you come to dinner at our house, you will see the kind of gravy that you're used to. Now, if you come to breakfast, though, you may see
and it's so
biscuits
good.
and
It's
gravy
so
made
good.
with sausage. Yeah, that kind of sausage, like a minced sausage.
Another word that they use and we don't use so often.
I have a bunch more of those words, a bunch more food words that we've learned from you and from the internet. There's also a ton of different words for household items and all kinds of things. So definitely go to the comment section. Let us know what we got wrong. This is just what we heard on the internet. Who knows if that's true? You know what I mean? So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. If you're interested in more content like this, let us know what other things you'd like to see us do. Reactions are coming.
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? Definitely more cooking. We're going to be doing more of what our viewers ask us to do and what you suggest. So if you have recipes, or I did ask for weird food combinations,
anything basically, just let us know in the
like
comments.
That. That's right. That's right.
We'll consider it.
That's right. So I think that's all we have for today. Now, if you love the UK,
Never been there, but I hope to.
or the States,
Yeah! Woo-hoo!
or English,
No matter what form you speak.
that's right, or us, or the video, give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help our channel. Like I said, that's all we have for today. See you next time.
That's it, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.